Obviously, there's another fight going on between Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Egidijus Kavaliauskas. I might have mispronounced that, butchered his name. I hope I haven't. But anyway, yeah, it's a fight that I'm very much looking forward to, and I think it's a fight that my bet is on Vergil Ortiz to win. And right now, he's considered one of the hottest prospects in boxing in general at this moment in time. And I think the reason for that is because he's been blowing everyone out. This is a guy that I think he can. The boxing establishment want him to actually win, and the reason is because you can see the fact that they're trying to build him up at this point in time. The fact that he's fighting in Texas, and Texas has got a huge Mexican demographic that loves boxing. On top of that, I think he's from Texas himself, and on top of that, obviously, like, he's got a huge following, and a lot of people are hyped about this guy. I feel like what they're trying to do is they're trying to put him in there with these top fighters. They're trying to build up a bit of a following, and I think he's got the potential to build up a following. I don't think he's going to be like a Canelo, because Canelo obviously he's a bit like Oscar De La Hoya. He's got a lot of people that like him outside of boxing, like the women, and he's breaking into pop culture at this point in time. But I feel like he's got the potential to be maybe a bit bigger than Mikey Garcia or like a Santa Cruz, one of these fighters that have a big following, but they're not that huge that they're like a Canelo or something like that, but they still got relatively good followings in the sport. If you look at like a Fernando Vargas, I think he, in terms of like profile, he can be as big as that. Maybe if he reaches his full potential, maybe he can be bigger than that. But my point is, they're trying to build this guy up, and the person they put him in with, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm gonna say his name. I'm gonna just call him Mean Machine. Mean Machine is a legitimate welterweight contender, in my opinion. I think if you look at his fight against Terence Crawford, he actually gave Terence Crawford a good fight, and it almost looked like he almost dropped him in one of the rounds. On top of that, he's very cultured, and he's got a very good amateur pedigree. If you look at his amateur pedigree, he went to the Olympics. Now, he didn't win an Olympic medal, but he still had a very extensive amateur career. So if Vergil Ortiz can blow this guy out and make it look very impressive as well, it'll be very impressive, because even Terence Crawford struggled with this guy to some extent. I mean, a lot of people said that Terence Crawford didn't look that impressive against him, and they think they should have actually counted that knockdown, even though the referee didn't do it. But in my opinion, if Vergil Ortiz can look impressive against him, it'll be very good. I don't think he's ready for the top guys yet, like the Errol Spences of the world and the Terence Crawfords of the world. I feel like they're levels above him at this point in time. But if he's able to get Mean Machine out of there in a very impressive fashion, then you might be looking at a very, very impressive boxing prospect. Because Mean Machine is no joke. I mean, I think obviously he gave, like I mentioned before, he gave Terence Crawford a very good fight, and almost he didn't stop him, but he dropped him, in my opinion. That should have been a legitimate knockdown. But if you look at his record, I think he fought Avanesian, and he beat Avanesian quite decisively. And Avanesian is the guy that beat Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly, the rising British prospect. So this is a guy that's very well schooled, and he's got a lot going for him. And I feel like he's got the potential to be a good contender within the welterweight division. But obviously he needs to get past Vergil Ortiz Jr. first. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think Vergil Ortiz, when I first saw him, I was kind of underwhelmed by him. I didn't think he was that impressive. I don't feel like he was that impressive. But in my opinion, the fact that he keeps getting the knocked out, and his last performance against Maurice was quite impressive as well. I think it's quite impressive that he's been fast tracked in this type of way. So I think in my opinion, he is one of the most impressive boxing prospects out at this point in time. So I just can't wait to see him perform against Mean Machine, and hopefully we can gauge where he's at this point in time. He's got very impressive power, but when I saw him, I wasn't that blown away by his speed or his technique. But he's like a cross between a Mikey Garcia and Robert Garcia, in my opinion, in terms of his style, the way he carries himself. But his punching power is very impressive, and he's been knocking a lot of people out. So yeah, that's my opinion. Tell me your opinion, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. I predict probably, I think, a 9th round knockout for Vergil Ortiz Jr. I could be wrong. He might go to full 12 rounds, but up to now he's knocked out all of his all the people that he's fought at this point. So yeah, I think a 9th round knockout is what I predict. And if he's able to knock him out quicker than Terence Crawford did, if he's able to do it in the 8th round or the 7th round, then that's very impressive. So yeah, that's my opinion. Like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.